Have a think about other ways that you can speed up your animation by using things like audio to control your animation. In this example here, I want this guy to be hammering nails into the wall. So instead of doing it manually, what I've done is I have an audio layer here, and you can see that the taps of the hammer are there on the audio layer. I'm just going to turn off my expressions for a second so you can see it without the animation. So you can hear the tapping of the hammer. I've converted that to keyframes. To do that, we go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Convert Audio to Keyframes. And if we have a look at those keyframes, you'll see the same peaks and troughs of the audio. Now I've done a couple of things. I eased the peaks just to make them last for a little bit longer. You can always extend that a little bit further if you want to. So once you've got your keyframes, you can come in here and just make slight adjustments to them. Okay, and that will just make the hammer last a little bit longer when it hits the wall. Okay, so use audio to create the keyframes, but then just manually adjust them afterwards. You can change the keyframe type, the interpolation, you can even smooth things. Just remove little bumps like that you don't want. Just go in and edit it so it's exactly how you want it. Okay, once you've got those keyframes the way you want them, then you connect using expressions. Now I've added a couple of expressions in here, both the ease expression that we used in the previous lesson. So if you need to know how to create that, go back to the previous lesson. So the upper arm is linked to the audio amplitude layer, and it's taking the values from there and converting them to values between 30 and -4. So if I switch that on, and you can just see that on its own, and then what I've done is linked the forearm to that, and you can see if I switch that on, that just makes the arm move forward a little bit more. I've also got them parented, so the right arm is parented to the upper arm, and then with the two animations together, it looks quite nice, and I've added motion blur. Okay, and if we go back to this one, okay, so it's quite a nice bounce that we get from that audio file. The other thing that I've done in here is I've just animated the rotation of the arm moving up before that animation starts, and because this is a nested comp, it means that this rotation animation is free for me to make adjustments to. Okay, and we'll just ease that one in. I've also added keyframes for facial expressions. So I've got held keyframes for the facial expressions so that I can just jump from one facial expression to the other. So have a think about other ways that you can speed up your workflow by using these little tricks, like using audio to control your animation.